Rassie, you're still in your 20s, but rugby is going to stop. What are your plans?
Then I'm involved with a few things. I don't know if I must. I just accepted a job at Coin Security as General Manager of Free State. I'm starting 1st of December. And then there's little things like I'm involved with Canon in Bloemfontein, the copier company and the taxes and stuff like that.
Rassie Erasmus officially there, being honored with that honorary doctorate from the Northwest University, and of course it comes after those back-to-back victories at the World Cup, and of course much of the work that he's been able to do. Part of the citation there, here he's being remembered as someone who's been able to unite the country.
You always speak about how you're just this little boy from Dispatch, and when you were growing up all you wanted to do was play rugby for Dispatch.
I think I was almost forced into falling in love with rugby. When I say force, in a very positive way, because I grew up in the isolation era where the Springboks didn't play. In Dispatch, my friends are all, I would say, blue-collar workers, if that's the right word. We worked in factories like Goodyear and Volkswagen and places like that. So rugby wasn't a professional game. I just wanted to play for Dispatch Rugby Club. Saturdays, there were 4,000 or 5,000 people on that stadium, and I was always one of them.
Dispatch in the Eastern Cape is a small town rich in rugby tradition, and one of its most famous sons is Rassie Erasmus.
He just loved rugby because in Dispatch everybody loved rugby, so we had good rugby club, so we just loved the game, and so I think that's where his passion came from.
Yeah, I stayed about 10 minutes walk from the club, so it was school to the rugby field, back to school to the rugby field.
Yeah, I didn't think when I started playing out then I wanted to play professionally, because there wasn't professional rugby at that stage. When I started out at the Spats, I was first ball boy there at the club. Later on, when I got to varsity, I was a barman there, so I always was at the Spats Rugby Club, involved with them. Ran up with the sand when the guys kick posts, stuff like that. But I must say, there's a guy, you can say Puerto, Imandani, but all those guys, obviously my folks, but there's a guy, Gideon van Rensburg, that came to my mom, I think staying at 8, and he said, listen, do you want your son to play rugby well? And he'll take me to gym, and in the mornings at 5, he'll start jogging, and he really got me into, give it a 100% go and see where you get. And I think 4 or 5 years ago when I first played Springbok, he's the first guy I went to and said, listen, Gideon, thanks a lot. I think you started and planted the seed that went on from there.
I think there's a lot of guys in the past who missed out in the professional era, but they're still big heroes. Everybody talks about the old Jochie Janssens and those kind of guys, Errol Tobias, all of those guys. They unfortunately missed out on playing professional rugby, and we are the lucky ones, so it definitely had a massive impact in my life. I started as a young professional rugby player earning 5,000 Rand a month, and eventually ending up coaching the Springboks where I am now, which I'm very grateful. It couldn't have happened in a better place to a guy that really needed something to cling on to.